Hey everyone, it's Megan and welcome back to my channel. So, I wanted to do this before the season started, but a lot happened. And you can read all about it on my Patreon page about what went on. So, this is my kind of like questions for Supernatural both that I have and that I kind of hope that they address in the final season, as well as wishes I hope can be brought into the final season. So here we go. So first question is, why did Meg want Dean to kill Sam? So this was in season 2. And I still don't quite understand why Meg wanted Dean to kill Sam. I never really understood that. Maybe someone can explain it to me below, but it was just one of those storylines that I never truly understood. And like, next question is, what was the point of having Nick live in the Archangel Blade? I never truly understood the whole story of, Nick. I mean, I understood the Archangel Blade as, the blade, because it could kill archangels. That I understood. It was the whole, it killed Lucifer, and then Nick was magically alive. That is what I never understood. Never truly understood how Lucifer survived that. Not Lucifer, sorry, how Nick survived that. After all, I thought Nick was supposed to be dead at the end of season 5, so. Moving on, the next question is, what happened to Bad Kaya? And is she still going after Dean? Because she said when she gave Dean her spear that if anything happened to it, she'd come after him. So is she still going to come after him? I'd like to know. Probably something we won't get to see. Though I hope we do. It'd be interesting. So, oh, and on the subject of Bad Kaya, I want to know how Claire took finding out about Bad Kaya. That was one thing that we never got to see. But I always wanted to see how she handled it. Like, how did it affect her knowing that Bad Kaya was out there? So, next question I have is, what happened to the other world? Did it just stop fighting with Michael gone? So, since Michael was like the big person, how am I phrasing this? Since Michael was like the driving force of the whole angel verse humans, and since the majority of the humans ended up in Sam and Dean's world, does that mean like the other world is just full of humans that don't know what to do since Michael's gone? Just a random question in my head. Though I'm sure they'll answer this next one, at least part of it, is where's the other world Bobby now? Like, what happened to him? He kind of... Last we saw him was after Jack had killed Mary, and then we haven't seen him since. And then the other part is the otherworld people who didn't get killed by Michael. Are they still around? Or they just the random hunters that we see throughout episodes? My next question isn't really like a question about the show, but it's more of a wish, is that we get Alison Sweeney and Cole Sprouse to guest star on the show. Alison Sweeney because she used to work with Jensen Ackles on Days of Our Lives, and Cole Sprouse, along with his brother, Dylan, on the show in an episode where Jody Mills is around, because I need that before the show ends, but that's not going to happen, I know that. And then the other person, And then the other person I want on the show is my favorite actor, Greg Vaughn. But it's a little bit because I know he's friends with Jensen, so I think it would be fun to see that, but I doubt it will happen. And next question, which actually has been asked, I think at conventions, but I'm still going to ask it, is how did the boys gotten away with... Oh no, sorry, I skipped one. This is the one that's been asked at convention, is how is it that the FBI don't have them on their most wanted wall since they aren't as dead as they try to be. They also don't try to hide their identities or anything. I mean, how has the FBI not caught on? But I know that's been answered on a couple conventions slightly by the boys. The one that I skipped over is how the boys gotten away with killing so many people over the years. This one I ask because technically they're killing so many people when they kill demons. Because demons are just possessing humans. And therefore they're not only just killing the demon, but they're killing the human. So in hindsight, they've murdered a whole bunch of people. Yes, it was for the greater good, and it's to save a whole world, but still, in technicality, they've killed a lot of people. The next question is, why is God letting heaven fall? Like, I'm sure this has been answered within the show. I'm just not 100% sure. Why is he letting just like heaven just fall apart? It's like, yeah, I think it's because when he gets bored, he moves on to a new world and stuff and such like that. But you'd think he wouldn't let his angels dwindle, because once they go away, there's no heaven, and then that kind of defeats the purpose a little bit in a way. There's a lot to that, but it is what it is. Next question is, are the Wayward Sisters still fighting monsters, or is it just Claire? After all, we haven't seen the Wayward Sisters since the backdoor pilot. We've only seen Jody and Donna. So, are all of them, like Patience and Alex, still fighting, or is it just Claire continuing to fight by herself, despite Jody's dismay? Then the next one, which has been asked by many people, but I'm still going to ask it, is what happened to all of Azazel's children? After all, he was going after many kids than just the ones that were on the farm. Did they just not gain powers? Because, I mean, he was going after kids even after Sam was all grown up, so what happened to them all? Okay, so the next question is, why was it easy for Cass to get Sam out of hell, but Dean, it took many angels, and why did Sam not have the mark on his arm? And I meant to verify the many angels portion of this, because I could have sworn Cass said that it took more than just him to pull Dean from hell, whereas Sam, it seemed like it only took Cass to pull Sam from hell. Maybe it's because Dean came with a soul and Sam didn't, and I think it's been answered before about why Sam doesn't have the mark, but it's still a question on my list. The next one is, where's the cult? And I think we get that answered this season, because I know the promo showed the cult, but it will be interesting to see. And back to the first question is, how was Nick even still alive after Lucifer was killed once and for all? I didn't think Nick was even still alive at that point, but I guess when Lucifer died, Nick was resurrected. Who knows? And the last two that I have is, can we get a Sweet Life mention on the show? Because again, like Cole Sprouse and Dylan Sprouse cameo on the show, I need a Sweet Life mention, especially when Jodie is around, because that would be awesome. I'm sorry. So sorry. And then my last thing is, I still choose to believe that Ben is Dean's son, and you can't tell me otherwise. Yes, I know it's been verified that Ben is not Dean's son, but I still choose to believe it, and you can't tell me otherwise. So those are just some of the questions and things I would like to see for the final season. And if you have any answers to the questions, please feel free to comment down below. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there have been some that were answered in like panels or in interviews. I just might not have seen them or remembered them off the top of my head, so please be kind when answering them. But I do look forward to the final season and see what they have in store. So here's to the 15th and final season of Supernatural. And until next time, bye guys.